Alright guys, how's it going? So I've been out and about today, I've been to the tailors today, that's right. Then I went for a coffee and I'm back home. Here I am making a cup of tea, thought I'd connect with you. Talking of connections, do you remember, I told you recently, didn't I, about that Polish chick that she connected me on one of them apps a while ago. And she says, cut a long story short, well, she's Polish, 10 years younger than me. Very, very nice. I need some aspirin for that. Right, and she said to me, do you remember, she was new to the area, this particular area. She'd lived in Spain, but was new to this area. And she said, I don't know any decent coffee shops. So I says, and I told her about a coffee shop, She said, all right. And then she said, why don't you pick me up this afternoon and take me for a coffee? Do you know what I said? No. I said, no, you're all right. It was smooth day off, it was a Monday. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to... But listen, guys, I mean, she was, bang tidy. She's a really, really nice girl. If I showed you pictures, you'd be like, are you fucking right in it? I mean, like, she's really nice, actually. But, bang tidy bird on my best friend on the Xbox on a Monday afternoon playing DMZ, it's a no-brainer. So I declined. She messaged me earlier. I'm going to give you breaking news and give you an update. Just out of the blue, remind me again of the coffee shop. And I told her it. I told her the name of it. That's all I said was the name of it. And she said, I'm going there now. Thank you very much, she said. And then she says, I'm here in the cafe. I only have 30 minutes. Now, I don't want to be presumptuous, but I think she was basically saying, hey, you're going to come round and see me, big boy. You know what I mean? And here I am, making a cup of tea. I don't know. It's funny, really, because girls, they always think that you just want your leg over and you're going to go, like, oh, you'll be out me, look at, like, there you go. I'm not bothered. I know that you people need to know these things. Right, anyway, forget that. So, what was I going to talk to you about on my little lunch break? Michael Owen has been talking about Darwin Nunez. I'm starting to come around. Michael Owen admits Darwin Nunez concern amid Liverpool exit rumours. Liverpool Echo, obviously. Words such as admits, concern, amid, exit, rumours. I'm sure these fuckers, right? I mean, if you think about it, in these organisations, this is Reach PLC, right? I'm sure they have a computer or something that says, use these words for dramatic effect. I can't explain to you how much I fucking hate the Liverpool Echo. Only because of what it's become. So I know what you're thinking. Well, Matt, you're reading it for them, Chubs. Well, because I want to address what's in it. I want to see what's being said. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore all the drivel that Paul Gorst has written and just go straight to the quotes. Because I want to see what Owen's saying, and they can't manipulate what's being said. You can influence around what's being said by the paragraphs. You can use photographs to make someone look evil or kind. You know what I mean? But let's stick with the quotes. This is what I tell you guys all the time. Just go straight to the quotes, read the quotes, and then if you wish, read the rest around it. So Owen said, and he was talking to Ace Odds, by the way. Now, I'm not going to go into all that. But players that... Right, okay, let's just skip this one. I need to make a video about this once and for all rather than include it in various videos. And then I can tell people to go and look at it. But basically, he's been paid to have an opinion by a company called Ace Odds. Well, I reckon that's a betting company. And it's all to do with backlinks and getting more prominence, Google juice as they call it. Like, so the more websites that include these quotes and link to Ace Odds, the higher up the rankings they will go, right? So it's not that they want you to click on that link so much to go and place a bet. It's for them to get higher up the Google rankings. So if you're being paid by a betting company to give an opinion, it's probably in your interest to be more controversial or to discuss sensitive subjects, because more websites will include your quotes and include the link to that betting company. Does that make sense? Plus, you're more likely to get employed again, right? But what I don't understand is why Michael Owen needs to speak to a betting company. I don't get it, especially one like that. Now, if that was Ladbrokes or William Hill, you'll never see that, do you? Right? When you see these players, giving commentary or opinion, do you ever see them saying, spoke to William Hill or spoke to Ladbrokes? No, it's always the companies you've never heard of, like Ace Odds, right? So, let's just skip to the fucking quotes. Anyway. I know what I'm talking about. You just have to trust me with it. He said, I don't think... Right, and what he was saying here was this is Nunez's last chance. I don't think this is Nunez's last chance. I think the only thing that you could say is that people really like him. Yeah, I do. I like Nunez. I do, honestly. I was a bit pissed off with him recently over that, taking all the Liverpool stuff off his Instagram, because I think these fuckers need to man up. Do you know what I mean? They paid millions and millions of fucking pounds and can't take criticism. People are really hopeful that he could turn into a top player. I would agree with that. I am really hopeful. I really want him to succeed, guys. And some of his performances for Uruguay, if he could, do that for us, we'd be fucking laughing. You know what I mean? People are really hopeful that he could turn into a top player because obviously they see some attributes that are phenomenal and hard to teach. Pero in Espanol, in Castellano. But I think if he continues like he is now, I think people will probably just accept that's what he's going to be forever. I kind of agree with that a little bit. Like, I think some people think, there's no room for improvement here. I think if we still had Jurgen as manager, I'd probably be thinking that. But because we've got a new head coach, you automatically, I don't know, maybe you just wipe the slate clean and go, do you know what, maybe you could be different under another manager. But if you're not performing under Jurgen Klopp, you're probably not going to perform under anyone, in my opinion, because I can't think of an easier manager to work with, can you? When I first saw him, I thought, geez, he's raw. We like it raw, don't we, girls? I expected it, obviously. I knew his age, but I expected that of a younger player, that he's going to learn more about the game and the role and things like that. But with his age, you think to yourself, well, if he's not learned it by now, and I've been... Remy's barking. He never barks. Oi! But with his age, you think to yourself, well, if he's not learned it by now, and I've been saying it for a couple of years now, but probably I'm starting to think that what you see is what you get now. A talented boy who's got great attributes that will certainly have a big role to play for Liverpool. 2 years ago, I thought this could be anything. I was so excited in a way to see what he could be. Now I'm starting to come round to thinking what we see is what we get. What do you think? I'm not really sure I understand what Michael Owen's saying there. Is he basically saying there that that's it, it's probably it? You know what I mean? I've come round to that thinking. He's not really saying, do you know what I mean? What's he saying there? Listen, there's fuck all else to talk about at the minute, right? So we're going with it. God, I just want the Premier League season to start, guys. I really do. I've never been bored in, at least if the Euros were on, we could be having a meltdown now, couldn't we? Right, I'm going to have some Negro now. Last time I made a video and said I'm going to have some Negro and a bit of dark in my mouth, there was hell on it. Do you remember that guy that kicked off and he said it's not funny? Do you remember that? Was he the one called Colin? Spectral, remember? I wonder how he's doing. Do you remember he went mental because I said I'm going to... Spanish, innit? Ask Luis Suarez, he'll tell you. Once you go... 72% dark chocolate. It's alright that. Don't go any more, like 85%. But a cup of Yorkshire tea biscuit, bro. Oh, I've not put the... I've not put sweetener in the chocolate, throw me off. No, there's no sweetener in there. Anyway, I'm just trying to find stuff to talk about. In fact, there's more Michael Owen. He's got another opinion. We're going to talk about that. Can I just say, if you ever do a Liverpool blog and I mean written. I'm not talking about videos, vlogs, you know, like videos like this. But if you ever decide to yourself, I'm going to write a Liverpool blog, but give my opinions, right? And a company approaches you and says, would you like to include Michael Owen's comments on your website? Because you're maybe, you know, young or whatever, or inexperienced, you maybe think, oh man, yeah, people are going to take me serious because I was giving these comments, right? They do that, right? Don't do it for free. Just saying. Because they pay for that. They pay for that. Trust me. If you need any advice, come to me. I've been around these parts a long time. So, let me know what you think about what's Michael Owen saying there. Can you? I don't want to read it again. Just let me know what you think he's trying to say there. Do we even give a fuck what Michael Owen said? It's hard. Michael Owen's an hard one, really, because when my daughter was 5, 6, I remember Michael Owen made her dreams come true. We were in the Players' Lounge at Anfield, and to get in the Players' Lounge at Anfield is not easy. We were in the Players' Lounge at Anfield, and Michael Owen was Charlotte's favourite player. I don't know. I remember meeting John Barnes when I was a kid, and it was like meeting fucking God. You know, it was. I don't mean Robbie Fowler either. It was just I was starstruck. You know, and she was 5, 6 years old, and she went up to Michael Owen. He was sat at his table with his mum and dad, having a cup of tea. Everyone else was having a beer. Michael Owen, professional, right, was having a cup of tea. And Charlotte said to him, you know, she went up to him and he was really nice to her. And she said to him, "You're my boyfriend." And he went, "Am I?" She went. He said, "Well, if I'm your boyfriend, I better give you a kiss." And he reached out to give her a kiss. You couldn't do that today, could you? Fucking get arrested. So he gave her a kiss, and I've got the picture right to me. She goes like that. And she never stopped talking about it. And as a dad, seeing your kids happy, you know, I always said I'd forever be grateful to Michael Owen for that. It was amazing. And very, very grateful for that. However, he went on to play for, you know, just, I don't know. He just said, Michael Owen, right, single-handedly, he carried Liverpool for a long time. He did. His goals were amazing. You know, you've only got to think back to that, like 2001, something like that. And you know what? He played for England against Germany, that 5-1 win years ago. And he won me £6,700 on that one game. Michael Owen was a great player. But I just feel like he tarnished things a little bit, and you know, it's I don't know. I just don't understand why he wants to. You know, does he really need 500 quid off a betting company or something like that? I don't know. Strange. Anyway, that's it. So, Michael Owen. I remember when Robbie Fowler, when they were both in the side, yeah. Robbie Fowler had that spat with Phil Tomo. Do you remember that argument, that falling out at Melwood, where Tomo was in the net picking up the balls and Fowler fucking took a shot at him, right? And Tomo went mental and said, you know, it was all about you have to apologise to Tomo. And Robbie allegedly was like, no, I'm not apologising to anyone, right? So Robbie Fowler was dropped from the team. And Robbie Fowler was in the main stand at the next game at Anfield. And Michael Owen was playing, and I think Michael Owen scored a brace. You'd have to look at the fixtures and line it all up, but he certainly scored more than one goal. Despite Michael Owen being on the pitch scoring the goals, winning for Liverpool, the fans were chanting Fowler's name in the stands, and that was the difference between Fowler and Owen. Yet people at the time were like, Owen's the ultimate professional, you know, which was right up Gerard Houllier's street, for example, because his opinion was that, God bless him, Gerard Houlier. His opinion was that being a footballer is, you know, it's a limited period of time. So look after your body, be a professional, party hard when you retire. You'll still be in your 30s or whatever, you know. And so Owen was more like the absolute pro, but people saw Robbie Fowler as the joke, you know, like a bit of a laugh and a giggle and all that. Not saying that he was going out and getting tanked up or anything, but you know, I don't even fucking need to explain this, surely. Anyway, you know what I mean. So even though Fowler was letting the team down and the club down by eliminating himself from the team because he refused to apologise, people were still chanting his name because they loved him. Whereas Owen's out there banging the goals in, and yeah, nice one, thanks, but you know, Robbie Fowler, you know what I mean, Fowler. You know, I know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I'll always be grateful to Michael Owen, but he's just a little bit different, I think. Anyway, so Darwin Nunez again, isn't it? I'll be honest, I don't think Darwin Nunez is going to do it for Liverpool. Do you guys? I'm putting it all on Arne Slot, you know, this new career, this new start, this new chapter, this new opportunity for him, new hairstyle. I mean, that's what's doing it, I think. Get your hair cut, you can do anything. that should be a poster in the changing rooms at Anfield, shouldn't it? Or around the training facilities. You know, not all these, like, fucking, you know, I will not, you know, quit or keep going. You know, like, it should be just like, change your hairstyle, become a hero. Change your hairstyle. I thought it was funny. Change your hairstyle, become a hero. There's nothing to talk about, guys. It's the Euros. All right, I'm off. Oh, I'm not going to do another video about Michael Owen now. So, let me know what you think about whatever he said. I can't remember what he said. If you appreciate this video, thumbs up. Oh my God, Dave, listen. You know, I normally say if you want to buy me a coffee or a beer, hit the super thanks button, the love out under the video, right? And I'll give you a shout out tomorrow. Blah blah blah. It's just for a joke. I said, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I said, you know, but you don't have to be. It doesn't have to be a beer or a coffee. Well, you know, we got curly whirly. Someone said, get yourself a curly whirly. Oh, guys, you should see some of the ones that have come in today, man. Tomorrow morning's briefing. Mint. Leave me a comment, all right? Read the video description, get on the newsletter, get in the chat room, and we'll have a live stream today at 7 o'clock, I reckon. All right, guys, cheers.